Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Air Force Falcons. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're Falcons will put total weather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense will get the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? The Rams come to the line in the hurry-up. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They're bringing heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
I don't bring more speed on the field if I don't think it's a pass, right? If I think they're going to line up and hit me in the mouth, I'm going to bring more big guys. They brought more speed on the field. They went nickel. They knew it was a passing situation. They told those pass rushers to hunt, those DBs to cover. The defense was ready for that.
And the Rams will punt this one away. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Falcons offense will go to work for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. On the option. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the chains for this offense. And the Falcons look to keep this drive humming. They'll run the option. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. And on 2nd down for this offense. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Here on 3rd down for this offense. He'll ride his man on the option. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The Rams in the hurry up. From the gun, the ground game. Thrust that arm out. Tackle is made after the first down. And the Rams come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. On the move at the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab down the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. He caught it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, and the defense tackles him at the 3. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Rams!
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. San Jose State was able to come away with a hard-fought victory there in the capital of Silicon Valley. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Busha. Keeps looking downfield. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away to find some room. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after.
The Falcons send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets it out of there for the first time today, and didn't see much of him. That loss a week ago, called on just once. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Let's see what they've got on second down.
Second down coming up.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Absolutely perfect.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Makes the catch and he's brought down. Trying to pick up a first down.
Third down coming.
That's the end of the quarter and Colorado State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Feeling some heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And this defense stepping up, I love it. You got to match your offense. Your offense has got it rolling. Now this defense is doing their part.
The Rams will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Bringing it back, it's Harris. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Run it with the fullback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Get the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. They're trying to get to him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And the Falcons will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a 1st down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Harris. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Offense set on 1st down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Now improvising. Trying to make magic on the scramble. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Dropping back, it's Busha. Finds us back in the middle. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Give to the big fullback. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Moving away from pressure. Touchdown, Air Force! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. On the ground. He just couldn't squirt his way in for the 2, and it's still a 5-point game here in the 4th quarter.
That keeps the score Air Force 12.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. Coming after him. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. And they got to the line expeditiously. Spiked it and stopped the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He's taking the deep shot. Makes the catch. He's got enough. Off he goes. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Colorado State. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. To the air. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Dumps it off in the flats. He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and the cushion is now 3. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Air Force 12.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. They'll throw it on 1st down. Pressure coming. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back L's. It's not the end of the world, though. I still think there's time for this team to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to finish the season strong. It's not over yet. 2 bad weeks. Flush it down the toilet. Refocus the mechanism. We're ready to rock and roll next week.
It just needs to be about finding a way to win a game right now. In all likelihood, 99.9% chance the college football playoff now is not a possibility anymore. That's okay. Let's worry about winning a game. Let's go back. Let's watch the film. Let's get back to being who we are so we can get the ship right.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.